Right now, the city of Madison looking to establish a new permanent homeless shelter as the winter cold settles in. Plus, you just tested positive for COVID, so now what? Local doctors say you'll likely fall into one of two groups. What they mean coming up. And the Badger men's basketball team, a statement win tonight at third-ranked Purdue. Have the highlights straight ahead. That's all coming up. News 3 Now at 10. First tonight, we're following breaking news. Crews are on the scene of a reported fire at the Didion ethanol plant in Cambria. And Columbia County Dispatch says it was reported about 8:40 tonight at the facility on Cabbage Road. No further details have been released. This is the building adjacent to the mill that exploded in 2017, killing multiple people. Be sure to stay with News 3 Now and channel3000.com for further updates. Next at 10, it is another night of bitterly cold temperatures. There is a brief warm-up on the way, but behind that, another dramatic drop prompting an alert day. Let's go right to Chief Meteorologist Gary Kinalty. He has our certified most accurate forecast. Gary?
Eric, it's cold out here tonight, but that's just because there's a little bit of a breeze blowing, and temperatures will actually start rising overnight. Let's start out by taking a look at the time lapse from the WISC Skycam. We have bright sunshine for most of the day today. A few clouds came in this afternoon, but they were mid and high-level clouds and really shouldn't have too much of an effect on temperatures. Doppler track shows Wisconsin free of precipitation right now. High temperatures today made it up to 20 in Madison, low to mid-20s out to the west of us. East of Madison, temperatures stayed in the upper teens, and right now temperatures have dropped into the middle to upper teens. A few places a little colder than that up to the north, but here in Madison, that's actually a degree improvement over the last hour. Wind chills, though, are a little colder. We're seeing wind chills at times down into the single digits above zero. Here in Madison right now, the wind chill is at 5 degrees. By tomorrow morning, those temperatures will be a little warmer than they are now, but on Friday, those temperatures will drop off. We have an alert day in the forecast for bitterly cold wind chills down to 25 below zero Friday morning and staying below zero during the day, with actual air temperatures starting out near 10 below zero and only getting to near 10 above zero. Tomorrow, though, up to 31 degrees as we see those temperatures rise overnight, and then we see a little more cloud cover during the day tomorrow. Some light snow on the way for tomorrow night and Wednesday, followed by the colder weather. I'll have more details in the forecast in a few minutes.
All right, Gary, thank you. Leaders in Madison are concerned about the city's homeless population living outside in this weather, and that's why the City County Homeless Committee is working to improve the current shelter on Dairy Drive and establish a permanent men's shelter. Brad Hamilton joins us now with more from a meeting tonight. Brad?
Eric, this committee talked through and passed an agenda item that could enhance the Dairy Drive campground, which would also help establish a new men's shelter as well.
During Madison's City Council meeting back on December 7th, an agenda item focused on bettering the shelters in our area was given to the City County Homeless Committee to discuss and vote on. Tonight, the committee did just that.
This is a short ordinance that says, can the mayor's office be given permission to accept future offers of assistance.
This agenda item has two parts. The first focuses on allowing the mayor to solicit funds to improve Madison's current situation, which is a short-term 30-unit shelter on Dairy Drive that features the very basics.
So this ordinance would allow us to sort of accept those gifts of service, and then after 6 months, file a report with the clerk's office so everybody can see what was given and for what purpose.
The second portion of this agenda item is to allow funds to be used to help establish a brand new permanent men's shelter.
A little bit of flexibility in order to solicit funds so that the shelter could be successful.
After a short discussion, the City County Homeless Committee voted in favor of the entire motion, and tomorrow it will meet its final fate in the form of a full City Council vote.
Again, nothing is final from tonight's committee vote. That comes tomorrow night when the agenda item will be presented and voted on by City Council.
All right, Brad, thank you. And as winter settles in, stay up to date on all your weather needs away from your computer with our free Channel 3000 weather app. It is available for download right now. In coronavirus headlines this evening, Wisconsin has now officially surpassed the 1 million case mark since the start of the pandemic. Today, DHS says we are starting the new year with COVID-19 still spreading rapidly through our communities. Note the positivity rate there at the bottom of this graphic. DHS says 24% of tests are coming back positive right now. The Food and Drug Administration authorizing Pfizer's COVID booster shot for people 12 to 15. Now, kids who received Moderna or Johnson & Johnson primary vaccine doses, they can get the Pfizer booster. Agency also reduced the amount of time everyone should wait between receiving that second vaccine dose and the booster shot from 6 months down to 5. For the first time during the pandemic, the U.S. is averaging more than 300,000 new COVID cases every day, meaning 1% of the population currently has it. Christina Laurie talked to local doctors about what you should do after you get that positive test.
I have COVID. Now what?
Thank goodness a fair number of them are vaccinated. Otherwise, I don't know where we would be.
Right now, 1 of every 100 people is testing positive, and their bodies are reacting in one of 2 ways, either showing symptoms or not.
I think a lot of people interpret like improving symptoms with asymptomatic, and those things are a little bit different.
If you are symptomatic, it's really important to stay home and away from other people for 10 full days.
So on day 1, you have fever, cough, chills, and fatigue. But on, day 5, all you have left is a bit of a cough. That doesn't mean that you're asymptomatic. That means you still have a cough.
That also means you should stay in isolation for 10 days. If you really are asymptomatic, don't have symptoms, but tested positive for COVID after coming into contact with someone who had it, you can still spread the disease. That's why doctors are asking you to isolate for 5 days and wear a mask everywhere on days 5 through 10.
That isn't like, mask, underneath my nose, mask on most of the time, except for when I really want to say something. That means mask on all the time.
Right now, Dr. Pothoff is also recommending you take another rapid test on day 5, something the CDC is considering adding to their formal guidance.
If you have no symptoms and you can't make that antigen test positive, it doesn't mean you absolutely can infect someone else, but would make me feel a whole lot better that your risk to someone else in the community is pretty low, especially if you're wearing that mask.
Reporting in Madison, Christina Laurie, News 3 Now.
Well, a lot of things have changed during the pandemic. Doctors say the methods for protecting ourselves have pretty much stayed the same. Get vaccinated, wear a mask, and wash your hands frequently. While COVID-19 deaths are down since last week, hospitalizations are way up. Department of Health and Human Services reports upwards of 100,000 people are currently hospitalized with the virus. Child hospitalizations are the highest they've ever been. According to the CDC, more than 500 children were admitted each day over the week ending December 31st. And Milwaukee Public Schools will transition to virtual learning beginning tomorrow to an increase in, that's due to an increase in staff members testing positive for COVID. The district says its goal is to return to in-person learning by next Monday, January 10th. When in-person learning resumes, testing will be available for students and staff at each MPS school location. And in Madison, the school district has also moved to virtual learning on Thursday until at least next Monday. In response, the district is offering free meals. All students can pick up a meal box between today and Friday of this week. The box holds enough food for 5 breakfasts, 5 lunch. Parents should provide a student's name, ID number, and home school to receive a box. Each student will only get 1 food box, and we have a list of pickup locations on our website, channel3000.com. All Starbucks employees in the U.S. have a little more than a month to get vaccinated against COVID. Workers who don't get the shot by February 9th will have to undergo regular testing. Starbucks is one of the first large restaurant chains mandating vaccinations. Next at 10, the group of people who will ultimately decide the fate of Chandler Halderson's homicide trial is now set. The jury selection process today narrowed down a pool of more than 60 prospective jurors to 12 people, 6 alternates. Those 18 people will begin hearing the case tomorrow morning. After the jurors were chosen, the judge spoke about the responsibility they were about to take on and the importance of not discussing the case outside the courtroom.
The judge said, I may not discuss this case with anybody, even people I share my life with, because as soon as you say something, they're going to respond. They're going to start talking about the case. They're going to say whatever it was that they think they know about the case. And you're immediately receiving information that you didn't have at this moment and that you shouldn't have tomorrow morning.
Halderson is accused of killing his parents, Bart and Krista, this past summer before reporting them missing after the 4th of July holiday weekend. With this high-profile case, the judge has ordered a strict list of rules for media coverage. To check them out for yourself, head to channel3000.com, or you can download our free News 3 Now app. A California jury has returned a verdict in the high-profile case of Elizabeth Holmes, a Silicon Valley corporate executive accused of swindling investors. The former Theranos CEO was found guilty of 4 fraud and conspiracy conspiracy charges, now faces up to 20 years in prison for each count. The 37-year-old was accused of duping patients and business partners about the company's technology by repeatedly claiming her testing device could scan for hundreds of diseases and other health issues with a simple finger prick. Prosecutors argued Holmes scammed her investors as she raised $900 million. Police in La Crosse are investigating a bomb threat at one of the city's schools today. It forced Central High School to be evacuated. Students and staff were sent home early. The bomb threat was emailed to Central's administration today and passed along to a school resource officer. As of right now, it's still under investigation. The school is set to resume class tomorrow. A third person has died as a result of a garage explosion that also injured a fourth person in northeastern Wisconsin. Shawano County officials say 2 people died at the scene of the explosion Friday in the town of Lesser. Today, the sheriff's office says a 60-year-old man died at a hospital over the weekend. Authorities say an initial investigation shows a pressurized container had been punctured, causing that explosion. The man who was selected to be Madison's first police monitor is now deciding against taking that job. First reported by the Wisconsin State Journal, News 3 Now has independently confirmed that Byron Bishop is withdrawing from consideration to head up the new office. The Madison Common Council created that position in 2020. The monitor would review incidents where force is used, oversee the processing of citizen complaints, and ensure department reviews are independent. Well, the city of Madison says former state Supreme Court Justice Michael Gableman has issued a fresh round of subpoenas to city officials. The move is part of an ongoing probe he is leading into the 2020 election on behalf of Assembly Republicans. 3 separate subpoenas were issued to Madison's Chief Information Officer, Sarah Edgerton. A 4th was issued to Madison Finance Director Dan Schmidtke. The 2 are called to testify at Gableman's office located in a strip mall in Brookfield and produce documents relating to how Madison has conducted its elections. We're learning more tonight about President Biden's plans for the 1-year anniversary of the riots at the U.S. Capitol. On Thursday, the president and Vice President Kamala Harris plan to mark the day at the Capitol. Former President Trump planning a news conference at his resort in Mar-a-Lago. Meanwhile, federal officials are warning threat actors may take advantage of the anniversary. Now, officials aren't citing any specific or credible threats, but they say election fraud claims continue to resonate. New tonight, Congressman Devin Nunes officially out of Congress. The California Republican resigning today. Last month, he said he would vacate his seat to become CEO of the Trump Media and Technology Group. Nunes previously led efforts to discredit the FBI's Russia investigation. New York's Attorney General ramping up a civil investigation into the Trump Organization. Today, the AG's office has subpoenaed Ivanka Trump and also Donald Trump Jr. regarding an investigation into whether the Trump Organization manipulated the value of its properties. And in D.C., Congress plans to honor a former political giant next week. Former Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid will lie in state at the Capitol Rotunda next Wednesday. A joint statement from House Speaker Pelosi and current Senate Majority Leader Schumer announced that decision. Harry Reid died last Tuesday at the age of 82 after a 4-year battle with pancreatic cancer. The Nevada Democrat served in the U.S. Senate for 3 decades, 12 of those as a leader. Still ahead tonight, your updated forecast and a closer look at the alert day coming our way later this week, and highlights from a big win in West Lafayette. The Badgers tonight taking down the 3rd-ranked team in the country. Stay with us.
Start the new year off right with Menards Bag Sale. Pick up a bag in-store and get 15% off everything you can fit in the bag now through January 15th. Whether you pack it, load it, stuff it, or stack it. From light bulbs to tools, snacks, and much more. Fit it in the bag and save 15%. So pick up a bag in-store and find out how much you fit in the bag now through January 15th.
We love our new home. Lots of windows, great light.
But the birds. They're back.
Yes, I hear them.
Uh-oh. Why are these birds so angry?
At least Geico makes bundling our home and car insurance easy.
We save a lot.
I'm going.
Hurry.
I know.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
Isn't it great how swinging through Culver's drive-thru marks the unofficial start to family time? How biting into a hot-off-the-grill Butterburger makes worries melt away? And how a fresh frozen custard concrete mixer puts a smile on your face every time? Here, a meal you didn't have to make is a meal made fresh for you. And being greeted with a smile, even beneath a mask, makes all the difference.
There's a reason we put so much care into our food. That reason is you.
Welcome to Delicious. You protected our rights, preserved our freedom. You may have even risked your life for us. Now, it's our turn to fight for you. Your local Wisconsin emergency, energy, and housing assistance providers and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund reward the service of our veterans with rental and energy support in their time of crisis. Apply today to get the fresh start you've earned.
So here's what we won't do. We won't let self-doubt win again. Because together, we're working on something more real.
Elbows in.
With a real plan and coach for real 360 support. That's Anytime Fitness. That's Real AF.
Away from your TV? Not a problem. Get breaking news, weather alerts, and political coverage from the award-winning News 3 Now team. Plus, all things Madison. Stay connected anywhere with Channel 3000, Madison's #1 digital news source.
Tomorrow, we are taking time for kids, talking about their mental health during the pandemic.
We'll share when it's time to seek help for your kids.
And we have a colder than average forecast expected. We'll see you from 4:30 to 7 on News 3 Now this morning.
You're watching Madison's fastest growing newscast. News 3 Now at 10.
Welcome back. Tonight, someone has a chance to become the first Powerball jackpot winner of 2022, and the jackpot is sitting at a whopping $540 million. Here are the winning numbers: 2, 13, 32, 33, 48, and a Powerball of 22. If someone wins, they'll be able to choose between a lump sum pre-tax cash out of $384 million or choose to receive the entire $540 million in 30 payments made over 29 years. If you get your gas at Quick Trip, know that from today forward, you will need to prepay or pay at the pump ahead of time at all locations. The company says it's an effort to prevent those drive-offs and to direct more resources to the in-store customer experience. Apple has broken a valuation record. Now the first publicly traded company to ever be worth $3 trillion. That is a massive achievement for a company that only passed $2 trillion in 2020 and $1 trillion as recently as 2018. Well, as you know, the legendary actress Betty White passed away last week at the age of 99. Now there's some speculation about where she could be buried, and one of the potential locations people are talking about is right here in southern Wisconsin. Her third husband, Alan Ludden, who she called the love of her life, passed away back in 1981. He's buried in the Graceland Cemetery in his hometown of Mineral Point, and that's what's leading some to speculate that could be where she is, her final resting place. She decided not to remarry after Ludden's death. In an interview with Larry King a few years back, when asked whether she would remarry, she replied by saying, quote, "Once you've had the best, who needs the rest?" Well, tonight is the final opportunity to check out the holiday lights display at Olin Park in Madison. Been up since November 13th. This was the park's 33rd year putting on this show, which is always free to the public. People are being asked to stay off the roads up and down the East Coast after heavy snowfall there today. This video comes from Glen Burnie, Maryland, where officials say roads continue to be very dangerous. The storm caused more than 60,000 power outages in Maryland, more than 200,000 in the state of Virginia. And Air Force One landed in very snowy conditions in D.C. this morning after President Biden spent the weekend in Delaware. Pool reporters say the short drive to the White House from Joint Base Andrews took more than an hour as the motorcade drove on snow-covered roads and past several stopped vehicles. And check this out, places as far south as Alabama also seeing snow today. This is in Huntsville. Most of the northern third of Alabama has from a dusting to a couple inches of snow to start the day. Not something they see that often. Let's go to Gary Canalti with a look at our forecast with an alert day coming our way in a few days.
Well, now that we have snow on the ground, we will see another shot of cold air, especially toward the end of the week. Three things you need to know in our forecast. Tomorrow actually won't be as cold as today. It'll be breezy. The winds will be out of the south and temperatures will be up into the lower 30s. Now we'll see some snow showers from late tomorrow night into Wednesday. Shouldn't amount to very much in terms of accumulation, but that will set the stage for another blast of cold air. It'll turn colder for Thursday and then bitterly cold on Friday. Doppler track right now, free of precipitation across Wisconsin, but there will be some heavier lake effect snows in addition to the light snow that we'll see late tomorrow night into Wednesday. In fact, there could be as much as 6 to 12 inches on a narrow band right along the south shore of Lake Superior from around Hurley over into the parts of the UP of Michigan. Winter storm warnings, winter storm watches already in effect for that area from tomorrow into Wednesday for those heavy snow squalls. But around here, it's the bitter cold that we're going to be dealing with from late Thursday night into Friday. By then, temperatures could drop to 5 to 10 degrees below zero, but you factor in the winds, and we could be looking at wind chills as cold as 25 below zero. And high temperatures on Friday will stay between about 5 and 10 degrees, but there'll be enough of a breeze to keep those wind chills below zero all day. So an alert day in the forecast. You can see the snow pretty widespread across much of the Midwest now, although it's not a thick snow cover, and there are some spots where there's little or no snow cover through Nebraska and Iowa. And take a look at the high temperatures. You can see right over that area where there's little snow cover, temperatures were a good 5 to 15 degrees warmer than they were over areas that have snow cover, like around here, and that will keep our temperatures a little bit colder than we've seen in recent days, just because now we've got a widespread blanket of snow across the Midwest. Jet stream is still in a west to east pattern, but it is starting to buckle a little bit in the west, and this storm system will move right along the U.S.-Canadian border, but that will keep the cold air up to the north for a couple of days and then allow it to fall south once that storm system passes on Wednesday. In fact, we'll already see falling temperatures during the day on Wednesday. This cold front really not amounting to very much. It's more of a wind shift line than anything else. But that storm system up in Montana, that's the next weather system that'll really start to pull the cold air down behind it. Right now, temperatures single digits in the northern part of the state where skies are clear, mid-teens here. But those temperatures will actually rise overnight so that by tomorrow morning, we'll be looking for temperatures already around 20 degrees and look for high tomorrow of about 31 with variably cloudy skies and a brisk southerly wind. On future track, those temperatures start rising overnight. We're into the upper teens by early tomorrow morning. Look for high temperatures tomorrow in the lower 30s. Tomorrow night, we'll see those snow showers start moving in. Temperatures will drop into the upper teens, but the winds shift to the west and the northwest, and those temperatures stay nearly the same during the day on Wednesday. Snowfall amounts not amounting to very much, probably less than an inch most areas, but then the blast of cold air comes in. That high of 20 on Wednesday early in the morning with falling temperatures. Thursday, a high of only 12, and Friday, a high of 9 with a low temperature in the morning of 9 below zero. Temperatures bounce up for Saturday, go back down again for the early part of next week, and then rise back to slightly above normal by the middle of next week.
The Badgers brought the heat and fight tonight, namely Johnny Davis. Coming up next in sports, we're going to take a look at Wisconsin's upset at Purdue.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
We rocks in the treetop all day long, hopping and a bopping and a singing this song. All the little birds on Jaybird Street love to hear the robin going tweet, 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 rockin' robin.
Dear Jack Frost, people say you've got ice in your veins. But underneath it all, you're just a big old softie. Go ahead, try to nip at our toes. Thanks to our available Remote Connect, we'll be toasty and warm and ready to go. Warm wishes, Toyota Cars.
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, a 2-year or 25,000-mile maintenance plan and roadside assistance. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
I'm Gary Canoldi, inviting News 3 Now viewers to join me on an Alaska and Glacier Bay cruise August 9th through the 21st. We'll discover the cities of Anchorage and Fairbanks and enjoy a guided tour in Denali National Park. We'll also relax on a wonderful 4-night Holiday America Line cruise, including Glacier Bay National Park. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword WISC, to learn more about this tour and to watch a travel show. Or call 888-557-1020 for a free brochure.
I want to have $1 million when I retire.
Oh, great goal.
So where do I start?
Well, first you set up automatic transfers into savings. That can add up pretty quickly.
For me, working on putting $1,000 into an emergency fund got me in a good saving habit.
Already on it.
Then put together a plan to get rid of debt and maximize your investments. You know, Summit helped me do.
Oh, that's great. I love how Summit gives people the knowledge and confidence to go after their goals. It's your money. Own it. Summit Credit Union.
Be prepared for winter weather. Trust the First Warn Weather Team to give you clear, timely, and accurate info, keeping you safe and ahead of the storms. Your certified most accurate team. First Warn Weather, only on News 3 Now.
U.S. ad spending is set to surpass $300 billion by 2022, and the greater Madison area is poised for major growth. So now would be a great time to consider a career in multimedia sales and to join our team selling our top-rated media and digital solutions. Work for a company that offers training, autonomy, flexibility, income growth, upward mobility, and work-life balance with a competitive wage. If you have a passion to drive results for local businesses, then visit morganmurphymedia.com right now to apply.
Connect with News 3 Now on Facebook Messenger to create a personalized news feed just for you. The topics you want, the day's top stories, and push alerts for breaking news, all through Messenger. Learn more at channel3000.com.
That was funny. Yeah. That's a sick bike.
Boys.
Miss Sanderson?
See you Monday.
No way.
Badgermen's basketball moves up one spot in the rankings. They're now 23rd. That's perfect timing as they hit the road for their first time in almost a month to take on third-ranked Purdue. Now, historically, the Badgers struggle at Mackey Arena. Trying to change that narrative tonight. They're hanging in there. Tyler Wall muscles his way in to put the Badgers on top. Then it's the Johnny Davis show. He's got the final say of the first half after some help from Chucky Hepburn. And then Davis comes out of that locker room ready to finish what this team started. He drops a career-high 37 points in this game, which allows Wisconsin to come from behind and upset Purdue 74-69. 6 straight wins for the Bucks, trying to keep it going as they host the Pistons. They're up by 3 at the half, but the Bucks let that lead slip in the second half. Drew Holiday keeping the offense in this one with some crazy shots like that one, but back and forth down the stretch. Giannis manages to tie the game up with this bucket, but the Pistons are relentless. Josh Jackson cashes in for 3, and the Pistons start to pull away. The Bucks fall at home 115-106. The Big Ten Linebacker of the Year officially announces what's next. Leo Chenal is foregoing his remaining eligibility to enter the 2022 NFL Draft. In his post on Twitter, Chenal says, growing up as a kid in Wisconsin, it's everyone's dream to wear the W on the side of your helmet one day, and he's been honored to do that the past 3 years. Chenal took the season by force, finishing the year with 115 tackles, 18.5 for loss, and 8 sacks, doing all that in 11 games. The NFL Draft is set for April 28th out in Las Vegas. After 16 years with the Wisconsin football program, Joe Rudolph is heading out to Virginia Tech to be their run game coordinator and offensive line coach. Rudolph announced his departure from UW on Twitter, and in his post saying that the players are the magic that make Wisconsin special. He just completed his 7th season as the Badgers offensive line coach. Rudolph has been an integral part in the Red and White's coaching process, with several products currently in the NFL. The road to Super Bowl 56 is officially going to run through Green Bay. The Packers earned the #1 seed after blowing out the Vikings last night. All 3 phases of Green Bay's game on point in this one. In this border battle, Devontae Adams breaks his own record for catches and receiving yards in a season. A.J. Dillon scores twice. Defense only allows 10 points. Now the Packers are the first team in league history to win 13 or more games for 3 straight seasons. And of course, this year, the season's longer.
Just a credit to the guys' mindset of, trying to get better each and every day, putting in the work. Certainly we know that this doesn't guarantee anything. You got to go earn it. You got to go take it. And you do that by putting in the work. And I think our guys have really done a great job of coming in with that mentality, and that's what we need moving forward.
Regular season finale is set for Sunday against the Lions. Kickoff is at noon. We'll be right back.
High-priced tickets, though. 2 high-priced tickets, for sure. You may talk about the Cowboys coming in here.
If you're hurt in an accident, do you know who to call?
Everybody knows that.
Call Gruber Law Offices.
They're available 24/7. Hurt in an accident?
Everybody knows you call Gruber Law Offices.
Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
At the Burrish Group at UBS, we believe in empowering women to take control of their financial security. With a team of female advisors who understand the needs and goals of women. We believe you can achieve anything you put your mind to and can help you stay ahead of life's expected and unexpected events. Give our team a call today to start the conversation.
and the creator of Saturday Night Live, comes Mean Girls, the hilarious hit Broadway musical.
Why don't I know you?
Come see Tina Fey's Mean Girls at Overture Center, January 11th through 16th. Get your tickets now at overture.org.
Those brave men and women of our armed forces, generations of them. Why should today's burdens fall back onto them? They were there for us. Now let's be there for them. Your local Wisconsin energy providers and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund are working together to deliver Wisconsin veterans in crisis heat, power, and help staying in their home. But they can't do it alone. Call to donate today.
You know what I'm going to miss most about space?
What's that?
How easy it is to keep up my saving habit. There's nothing to buy up here.
We're making it easier to save on Earth, too. When you open a savings builder account at BMO Harris, you can get a cash reward for every month you save.
Anything to help launch my savings?
Sure. When you open a checking account, we'll give you $200 to kickstart your savings progress.
$200 and a monthly savings reward.
It's a way to save that won't weigh you down. It's a little space humor.
When a bank helps you make real financial progress, that's the BMO effect.
The big in-stock winter blowout sale is on at Slumberland Furniture. Get year-end savings on everything in stock. Over 20 different sofas in stock and ready to go. Over 50 accent chairs and recliners, too. In-stock items can be in your home really fast, even just a few days in some areas. Plus, save an extra 30% off all clearance items in store. Huge store-wide savings. Everything is on sale and shipping is free. The big in-stock winter blowout at Slumberland Furniture.
News 3 Now's Call for Action team advocates for you, asking the right questions.
Yeah. You hope to make that right.
And getting results.
They sent a water heater the next day after you made the call.
Call for Action, only on News 3 Now.
If you've been injured in a truck crash, call Gruber Law Offices. Trucking law can be extremely complicated. There are specific rules and regulations that apply, and we know what it takes to win. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
News 3 Now, your vaccine information headquarters. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
And Gary's back with a final check of the forecast.
It's cold out there now, but the temperatures actually be rising overnight. We're at 15 in Madison. You factor in the winds, and it feels like it's 5 degrees, but those winds are out of the south, and that'll bring us up to 31 degrees by tomorrow afternoon. See some light snow or flurries late tomorrow night into Wednesday. Wednesday, we'll see falling temperatures. That alert day for Friday for bitterly cold temperatures. Then it'll warm up Saturday, cool down early next week, and then it'll warm up the middle part of the week.
All right, Gary, thank you very much. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 10. We hope you have a great Monday night.